Did you know that getting rid of bat wings isn't just about losing weight? While many women believe those loose, hanging arms are simply a sign of aging or extra body fat, the truth is that the right exercises can make a far bigger difference than you realize. And the reason why is because two specific muscles on the back of your arms are largely responsible for whether your arms look firm and toned or loose and saggy. Which then leads us to an important realization. If the muscles responsible for the shape of your arms aren't being challenged, strengthened, and maintained, then no amount of wishing, hoping, or even weight loss alone will create the toned appearance you're looking for. See, the reality is that most women simply never train their triceps directly. Now, before you click away thinking this doesn't apply to you, stay with me for a second. The tricep muscle makes up roughly 2/3 of your upper arm. 2/3. So when you think about what your arm looks like from the outside, the vast majority of that visual is tricep. And yet, when most women think about arm exercises, they think about bicep curls, they think about cardio, they think about walking more or doing yoga. These are all wonderful things, but they do not directly strengthen the back of the arm. The result is that the muscle responsible for most of the appearance of your upper arm has been neglected for years, possibly decades, and it has responded by getting weaker and softer and contributing to the very thing you want to change. Here is the good news, and I mean really, genuinely good news. The tricep responds beautifully to targeted training, even in your 40s, 50s, 60s. Even if you've never done a dedicated arm workout in your life, the muscle is there, it's waiting, and it will respond. I have seen it in my own arms. I have seen it in women I know who started at 60 and thought it was too late. It is not too late. So let me introduce you to the two exercises that I built my arm transformation around. These are simple. You can do them at home. You don't need a gym membership. You don't need expensive equipment. And together, they target the tricep muscle from two different positions, which means you're getting a more complete workout than most gym routines actually deliver. The first exercise is the chair dip, sometimes called a bench dip. I want you to sit on the edge of a sturdy chair. Place your hands right next to your hips, fingers pointing forward, gripping the edge of the seat. Now slowly slide your hips forward off the seat so you're hovering just in front of the chair. Your feet are flat on the floor, knees bent. This is your starting position. From here, you're going to bend your elbows and lower your body down a few inches, then press back up. That's it. That's the movement. Now, I know it sounds almost too simple, but here is why this exercise is incredibly powerful. Chair dips directly attack the tricep muscle in a way that almost nothing else you can do without equipment can match. When you're pushing yourself back up against your own body weight, you're loading those tricep muscles in exactly the way they need to be challenged to grow stronger and firmer. I want you to hear this. This exercise attacks the exact muscle most responsible for bat wings. Not generally, not vaguely, exactly. When I first started doing chair dips, I could barely manage 5 with a small range of motion. And I'm telling you that honestly because I want you to know that beginning small is perfectly fine. Begin wherever you are. Use a small range of motion. Keep your feet close to the chair so your body weight is more supported. That is the beginner version, and it is completely valid and it works. Over time, as your triceps get stronger, you'll be able to lower yourself deeper into the dip. You'll feel your upper arm engage more, and gradually, you'll start to see that the back of your arm is firmer. It's more defined. There's shape there that wasn't there before. That shape comes from the muscle you're building, and it will not go away the moment you stop doing cardio for a week, because muscle is structural. It changes the actual form of your arm. Now, if I were you, I wouldn't just stop at doing the dips, because there's a second piece of the puzzle that determines whether those triceps actually become firmer and more defined, and most women completely overlook it. See, the dip exercise does not directly build the muscle. The dip is the signal to your body to build muscle. The muscle itself gets built afterward out of what you eat, and the raw material your body needs to actually rebuild and firm that tricep is protein. But the problem is that most women over 40 are eating nowhere near enough of it. So they do the work, They show up, and then they give their body almost nothing to build with, and they wonder why the change is so slow. That's exactly why we created the Menopause Protein Bundle. It is the eating side of everything we are talking about today. Done-for-you, high-protein meals built for a body after 40. Breakfasts that actually give your muscles something to rebuild with. Lunches and dinners that keep your blood sugar steady so you're not raiding the cupboard by 3 o'clock. And even desserts and smoothies that handle a craving without the crash. Every recipe is ready in about 10 minutes, there's nothing to track and nothing to count, and every single one is built to feed the exact muscle these exercises are working so hard to wake up. You just open it and cook. So please check out the link in the description, because this could be the moment your effort finally starts showing up where you can see it. The moment the back of your arm goes from soft to solid, and the body that had you reaching for the cardigan last summer becomes the one you are happy to put in a sleeveless top this year. The second exercise is the overhead tricep extension. For this one, you need something with a little weight. A single dumbbell works perfectly. If you don't have dumbbells, a filled water bottle works, a resistance band works. You're going to start light, and that's completely intentional. Stand or sit comfortably. Hold your weight with both hands above your head, arms straight. Now bend your elbows and slowly lower the weight down behind your head, feeling that stretch along the back of your upper arm. Then straighten your arms back up. Lower and lift. That's the movement. Think of this as the sculpting exercise that tightens the back of the arm. Here is why this one is so special. When your arms are raised overhead and you're moving the weight in that position, the tricep muscle is stretched much more deeply than in most other exercises. That deep stretch means you're activating the entire length of the muscle, from where it attaches near your shoulder all the way down to your elbow. This full activation is what creates that long, toned appearance that so many women are looking for. Not bulky, not bodybuilder, just firm and shaped and defined. And there's a bonus to this exercise that goes beyond aesthetics. Overhead tricep extensions also improve your shoulder stability and your functional upper body strength. Reaching overhead, lifting things from high shelves, carrying bags, all of these everyday movements become easier when your triceps are strong. So you're not just improving how your arms look, you're improving how your arms perform in real life. Now here is why these two exercises work so much better together than either one would on its own. Chair dips are what I call a compound pressing movement. Your tricep is pushing your body weight. This builds raw strength and firmness through the muscle. It's doing the heavy construction work, laying the foundation. Overhead extensions are an isolation movement that takes the tricep through a much larger range of motion, particularly emphasizing that overhead stretch. This is the refinement work, the shaping and the detailing. Together, they target the tricep from two different mechanical angles. One exercise challenges the muscle as it contracts and presses. The other challenges it as it stretches and extends. When you train a muscle from multiple positions, you develop it more completely, and that complete development is what creates a genuinely transformed appearance rather than just a slightly stronger version of what you had before. Now, I want to address something that I hear constantly from women, and it's the thing that kept me running in circles for years before I understood it. The goal is not to lose arm fat. The goal is to build arm muscle. I know that sounds backwards. I know everything we've been told as women is about losing, shrinking, reducing. But here is the truth about how arm transformation actually works. When you increase the muscle in your tricep, the arm becomes firmer because there is something solid underneath the skin. The overall shape improves because muscle has definition and structure. The appearance changes dramatically, and this begins happening even before significant weight loss occurs. Fat loss and muscle building are two separate processes, and while both are great goals, the muscle building is what actually changes the silhouette of your arm. You can lose weight and still have soft, undefined arms if you haven't built the muscle. But you can build the muscle and see your arms transform even while the rest of your body is still in process. This is the shift in mindset that changes everything. So please stop trying to shrink your arms and start trying to build the muscles around your arms. The appearance you want, the firmness, the definition, the end of bat wings, that comes from building, not shrinking. Let me give you a simple weekly plan that takes less than 10 minutes to complete. You're going to do this 2 to 3 times per week, not every day. Muscle needs rest to grow, so give yourself at least 1 day between sessions. 2 to 3 times per week is genuinely enough to see real results if you're consistent. For chair dips, do 2 to 3 sets of 8 to 12 repetitions. Start with 8 if 12 feels impossible. Work your way up over time. When 12 feels comfortable, try doing them with your legs extended a little further from the chair to add more challenge. For overhead tricep extensions, do 2 to 3 sets of 10 to 15 repetitions. Start with a very light weight, lighter than you think you need. The overhead position is humbling at first. 10 reps with light weight done properly will do far more for your arms than 15 sloppy reps with something too heavy. Rest for about 30 to 60 seconds between sets. Take your time. Breathe. This is not a race. The total time for this routine, including rest, is somewhere between 8 and 10 minutes. That's it. That's the full investment. 8 to 10 minutes, 2 to 3 days a week, and you are directly addressing the exact muscle that determines how your upper arms look. Within about 4 weeks of consistent effort, you will start to feel a difference. The back of your arm will feel more solid when you touch it. Within 6 to 8 weeks, you will likely start to see a difference. The droop that bothered you will be less pronounced. The silhouette of your arm in a sleeveless top will shift. And I want to be honest with you because I respect your time and your effort. You're not going to see results overnight. Nothing real happens overnight, but you will see results, consistent and progressive results, because the muscle you're building is responding to the work you're putting in, and biology is on your side here, even if it hasn't felt that way recently. You are not too old. Your arms are not too far gone. The same body that made you feel self-conscious in short sleeves last summer is fully capable of giving you arms you feel proud of by the time this summer ends. Start with 1 set of each exercise today. Just 1 set. See how it feels. Let your arms remind themselves that they are capable of more than you've asked of them lately.